In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people, or are you doing this to make money, or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97.
Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick.
Right now at noon, strips of cloth sparking passionate debate across the state. What Governor Kemp and health experts are saying today about requiring face masks in public. A Wendy's in southeast Atlanta destroyed by fire following the police shooting death of Rayshard Brooks. And now investigators are releasing pics of even more people who may know something about how the fire started.
11Alive News at noon starts now.
Right now at noon, with coronavirus cases surging in Georgia, there's a concern we could see even more outbreaks because of the 4th of July holiday weekend. The thinking is more people will be gathering in large crowds and not social distancing. This afternoon, Emory University's top doctors are calling on the state to take action now to stop the spread and require masks.
As the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Georgia continues to soar, experts at Emory University are concerned that people still aren't taking the virus seriously, particularly that younger crowd. This morning, the immediate call for mandatory mask wearing as the pandemic continues to spread. CEO of Emory Healthcare, Dr. Jonathan Lewin, urging state and local governments to take action ahead of the holiday weekend. Lewin says in Metro Atlanta, we've seen an increase in hospitalizations and a decrease in deaths. He attributes this to the virus being contracted and spread by younger patients with stronger immune systems.
The younger crowd has been less concerned and less careful about social distancing, about masking, about washing hands.
Experts pointing to Memorial Day weekend as the catalyst for the spike we're seeing now.
The increase we're seeing in cases nationally, and particularly here in the South, can really be traced to Memorial Day weekend. I'm very concerned that now we are getting ready for the 4th of July weekend. We really need to remember that there's a pandemic happening right now, and that it's going to be really critical. I'm really concerned about this holiday.
And the doctors say if we've learned anything from the months of March and April, it's that washing your hands, wearing a mask, and social distancing work best in minimizing transmission.
Mara Sirianni. A growing number of states are now requiring its residents to wear masks in all public spaces. Governor Kemp saying for now it is not necessary for Georgia. Today he kicked off his two-day Wear a Mask tour, encouraging people to get used to wearing one. Nick Sturdivant has more from Peachtree DeKalb Airport.
Before Governor Kemp and the state's top doctor, Dr. Kathleen Toomey, took off, they really stressed the importance of wearing a mask. Their goal is to get people to heed to the health warnings ahead of the 4th of July weekend. Kemp said he's considering all options, but doesn't think it will get to the point where he needs to put in place a mask mandate. Starting today, Savannah has his own mask mandate in place. The governor says he has not been able to review what other cities are doing because he's been bogged down with the state's budget and did not directly comment on what Savannah is doing. But he says he encourages leaders to do what they can to get people to wear a mask.
Well, I wouldn't be able to speak about any state action because I haven't had time to even really discuss the matter with our legal team. But regardless of what legal action may or may not happen, we shouldn't get to that. I think that's one of the things that Dr. Toomey and I've talked about. We shouldn't need a mask mandate for people to do the right thing. I understand where people are or have been. I wouldn't necessarily say that they're there right now, but I know 10 days ago they were. People had let their guard down. We were moving in a very positive direction. Summer hit. People were itching to get out after weeks and months of shutdown, not only in our state but across our country. And quite honestly, folks got lackadaisical a little bit, and we're all guilty of that. But now is the time to renew our commitment.
Again, this is a 6-city, 2-day tour. Today, he'll stop in Columbus, then Albany, then this afternoon in Valdosta.
Nick, thank you. The state's top doctor joining the governor for the mask tour. Dr. Kathleen Toomey says one of the biggest challenges they're facing concerns contact tracing. Volunteers are reaching out to people who have tested positive to see who they've been in contact with, but the response hasn't been great, even though Dr. Toomey says any information you share is confidential.
We haven't had as much support as we had hoped from all the communities, and we really need you to get this message out. Answer the call when we call it and work with us to ensure we can stop the spread.
So what kind of face masks actually work? NBC's Sam Brock has some real answers.
This morning, the battle over masks is raging nationwide. In city council meetings.
You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask.
In stores.
I have a breathing problem. My doctor would not let me wear a mask.
and even in the halls of Congress.
Unfortunately, this simple life-saving practice has become part of the political debate. I am very concerned.
Speaking to senators Tuesday, Dr. Anthony Fauci making the startling prediction the U.S. could soon have 100,000 new COVID cases a day unless Americans take precautions.
There's no doubt that wearing masks protects you and gets you to be protected. So it's people protecting each other.
Please, please, wear a face covering when you go out in public.
A new study shedding light on just how effective certain masks can be. Researchers at Florida Atlantic University used a laser to measure how far droplets go with different coverings and found a well-fitting homemade mask stitched with 2 layers of fabric kept particles to just a couple inches away. A bandana was the least effective, allowing those same droplets to travel more than 3 feet away. The scientists say without any mask, particles from coughs and sneezes fly more than 8 feet. Out on the streets of Miami Beach, where masks are now mandatory, most people we spoke with were on board.
If it saves lives, I definitely am for it.
I don't want to not wear my mask, go around my parents, and then I take the virus around them.
People thinking of others, a positive sign in the midst of a still stormy debate.
There appears to be a heavy economic toll to not wearing a mask as well. Investment bank Goldman Sachs crunched the numbers and found that a national mask mandate would be more effective than lockdowns and would likely save the U.S. GDP about 5% a year, which last year was $21.4 trillion. So you're talking about more than $1 trillion in money saved just from wearing masks.
Need to listen to the studies. 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks, and we want to hear from you on this issue. Do you choose to wear a mask? Tell us why or why not. Email us at whereatlspeaks@11alive.com, or you can call us at 678-765-9514 and leave a voicemail. I won't be there to pick it up. Don't forget to include your name and where you live. We might use your message on air. Our state is seeing some interesting trends with the COVID-19 numbers. Yesterday, we saw the highest jump in new hospital patients since June 1st. We had 227 new patients on Tuesday. That's the bar on the far right of your screen. There it is. The number on the 1st of June was 351 new patients. Of course, the number of patients currently in the hospital also continue to rise, more than 1,400 now. That's the most since early May. Now let's look at the testing and positive cases. Last month, more people were tested, more COVID-19 cases were reported, but the number of positives outpaced testing. Compared to May, there was a 13% increase in tests, but a near 40% rise in positives. So while testing did play a role, it's not the only reason for the spike in cases. Most people are simply getting the virus through contact with other people.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. The rain is here. We have the clouds in place and some light rain for the most part around the metro area. You go further down to the south is where we're going to find some of those thunderstorms just south of Thomaston here. In southern parts of Upson County, we have a couple lightning strikes. Not severe, at least, but it is moving over toward the east, so we'll continue to advance that way. We have some moderate pockets as well just south of Griffin, over toward Concord, Woodbury as well. Very light around the perimeter so far this afternoon, but we could see some stronger thunderstorms a little bit later on this afternoon, all rotating right from the Mississippi Valley area right into our area, so we'll continue to watch that. In fact, we do have a couple of our counties now under a marginal risk for severe weather right on through this afternoon and tonight. We'll detail those in just a few. As far as your forecast goes for the rest of the afternoon, looking at 84 degrees right now, looking at 87 for your afternoon high temperature. Some of those thunderstorms could pack some pretty gusty winds, so you have to be on the lookout for that, and also some very heavy rain and some frequent lightning. 82 degrees by 7 o'clock tonight. We won't lose that threat for the showers until we lose the daytime heating, so after 9 o'clock, and then more on the way. We'll talk more about that in the full forecast as well. Sheba, back to you.
This is breaking at noon. Gwinnett County Police on the scene of a possible murder-suicide. It happened in the 2100 block of Greystone Parkway in Grayson. We're told a man called 911 just after 9 this morning, telling dispatchers he left his front door unlocked for officers to find him. A short time later, police found an elderly man and woman in an upstairs bedroom, each with at least one gunshot wound. Check the 11Alive app for updates on this breaking story. And new at noon, Atlanta Fire looking for 2 more persons of interest in the Wendy's arson case. The restaurant on University Avenue set on fire less than 24 hours after a former Atlanta police officer fatally shot Rayshard Brooks in the parking lot. Now take a look here. Authorities believe the men seen here may know something crucial to help with the investigation, and they're offering a reward to help find them. They're also offering up to $10,000 for information leading to this man. Investigators are releasing his picture on Monday. They also want to question him about the fire. Police believe several people may have deliberately set it. Natalie White, also charged or already charged with arson in the case. She is out on bond. The fired Atlanta police officer who shot Brooks is out of jail today. A judge setting Garrett Rolfe's bond at $500,000 at a hearing less than 24 hours ago. Records showing he was released around 12:30 this morning. Rolfe is facing nearly a dozen charges, including felony murder. His release coming with a list of conditions. He must wear an ankle monitor, follow a curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. with exceptions for work, medical, and legal reasons. Rolfe will have to surrender his passport. He can't own any guns, can't contact any victims or witnesses in the case, or communicate with Atlanta police officers. The family of Rayshard Brooks hoped the judge would deny bond for Rolfe. His widow fighting back tears during his hearing as she explained why he shouldn't be released.
The defendant has already shown that he's a danger to the community. I watched as they kicked my husband and stood over his body and stood on his shoulder. And I could just only imagine how scared he was.
Attorneys for Brooks' family later releasing this statement, part of it reading, while the family of Rayshard Brooks is disappointed that his killer was granted bond, they understand that this is just one step in the long quest for justice for Rayshard. For a timeline of the Brooks investigation and to see the police body cam video, just download the 11Alive app. Search for this story in the As Seen on TV section. Still ahead here, Georgia's new budget going into effect today, but it's leaving some families worried about providing for their kids.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Hard choices in the year of the pandemic. That's how Governor Kemp described this year's budget, which goes into effect today. The cuts are not quite as bad as anticipated, but spending will be slashed. The governor focusing on the positives yesterday.
This budget prioritizes education, health care, and public safety. It puts people over politics and it helps ensure a safer, stronger tomorrow for all Georgians.
Taking a big hit here, education, $1 billion slashed from that. But some highlights include more than $55 million in additional lottery funds for Hope scholarships and grants. The governor says $270 million will go toward Medicaid and Peach Care and an expansion of GBI gang task force. Governor Kemp calling the budget bittersweet because of the cuts, but families of disabled children say there's nothing really sweet about it. Cuts were made to resources already in short supply, leaving some of them worried about how it will affect their kids. Natisha Lance explains.
Connor Beasley.
At 21 years old, Connor Beasley hit a milestone. While he didn't get to walk across the stage for his Monday high school graduation, he did receive his diploma. Now, instead of worrying about college, his parents worry how they will pay for his special needs services.
If he doesn't get the waiver, then he is going to sit here 24/7, 365 with nothing to do.
Connor is one of 6,400 people in the state on a waiting list for programs that offer support for people with developmental or intellectual disabilities. A recent 10% budget cut to the Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities limits Connor's chances. That's because there are only 100 new spots allotted in the budget.
We know that it puts people at greater risk of institutionalization, and we know that people who are institutionalized are at greater risk of abuse and neglect and death.
Judy Hammett says her adopted son Shawnee has been on the waiting list for 2 years. He currently receives family support care, which is expected to expire tonight. The new budget cut $4.6 million from those services.
I honestly think that the state absolutely has no feelings. They don't care at all for our children.
We as a society have a responsibility to take care of people who are the most vulnerable, but more than take care of, we have a responsibility to support them to live meaningful lives.
That was Natisha Lance reporting. The Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disability says it restored funding for family support, housing, and autism services. Families we spoke with say it is just not enough.
12:17 is the current time. Going back to the morning, retrograding. You're looking at our live radar, and it does show that we have some showers out there. Some of them have been on the heftier side, a little bit further down to the south of our area. For the most part, the rain has been light. But we do have it out there, and it's cooled our temperatures down a little bit as well. Here's where the strong thunderstorms have been. A little bit further down to the south, we got some heavy rain associated with it, some frequent lightning strikes. This is over the southern portions of Upson County. Here's Thomaston here. There's Concord, where you have some moderate rain. Further north you go, it gets a little bit lighter. So around the perimeter, have nothing right now, just a few sprinkles. Has been light as well over toward Monroe, Covington, Sugar Hill, out toward Dallas and Paulding County, over toward Douglasville and Douglas County. The rain has been light. A couple moderate pockets up here to the north. You can see just south of Sussex right now. We do have a moderate pocket everywhere else. Higdon, it has been on the light side and will continue to be light at least through early afternoon. I think some heavier thunderstorms will get in here later on this afternoon and tonight. At least we have the potential for those. And those could kick up some very gusty winds, of course, and also along with that heavy rain and some frequent lightning as well. Temperatures in the 70s for the most part. Over here to the east, where we had a little bit more in the way of sunshine, we're a little bit warmer. Athens at 80, 81 degrees right now in Edenton, 73 degrees in Atlanta, 79 in Duluth, 78 also over toward Rome. Dalton, you're looking at 75 degrees. Will those clouds break up and help to heat us up some more this afternoon? Well, we'll have to wait and see. It is possible. 5 out of a possible 11 today on the Wizometer was how we rate your weather on a scale from 1 to 11. 11 will be a perfect day. Haven't had an 11 in a while around here, and I don't think we'll have one in the foreseeable future, as we'll keep these thunderstorms rotating in our forecast area really for the next couple of days going into the holiday weekend. 87 is our forecast high temperature for today, but if these clouds have something to say about it and this rain that continues to spin in, maybe struggling to get that high. But we'll see these thunderstorms continuing to rotate around and moving into our state. Now, the Storm Prediction Center had a marginal risk for severe weather over our extreme westernmost counties, but now that this is pushed in, they have now dropped that down further to the south. So you can see a marginal risk back over toward the Memphis area, and then one over to the southern portions of our state. For the metro area northward, we're looking at a general threat for thunderstorms, so not expecting widespread severe weather, although a few of those cells could produce those gusty winds, frequent lightning, maybe even some hail. So we have to watch out for that, and we'll keep you updated on that. Here's how it plays out for us. The forecast track model shows we'll keep the threat for the showers and thunderstorms in the forecast at least through about 9 o'clock tonight. Once we lose that daytime heating, the threat will go away. We'll start you off tomorrow morning with partly sunny skies, but then by the afternoon, once again, we'll see some showers and thunderstorms rotating in, but it's down to a 40% chance for our Thursday. As we head into Friday, it's going to be a repeat performance, but down to a 30% chance. So we start to lower it just a little bit, and temperatures will remain on the warm side. You're looking at 89 on Friday, the 4th of July. Saturday, we're looking at 88. 87 degrees on Sunday with a 40% chance for rain, then back to a 30% chance as we start the work week next week. Sheba, back to you.
All right, Chesley, thank you. A Confederate monument which has stood for more than a century removed overnight. The statue had been on display outside the old Rockdale County Courthouse in Conyers. The County Commission chair issuing an executive order to take it down following a growing social media campaign. Commission Chair Oz Nesbitt said it wasn't an easy decision, but it was the right thing to do. He adds it was so controversial, it had become a public safety hazard. That's similar to the argument made to remove another Confederate monument in Decatur last month. Pieces of the Rockdale monument will be stored with the county before it's relocated and reassembled at a Civil War cemetery or war memorial. Parents in several metro counties have a short deadline to decide if their kids will go back to the classroom in the fall for that in-person teaching. We spoke to parents about the difficult decision they're facing. Up next.
Guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage.
Welcome back. Two big changes for Metro school districts today as new administrators take office. This morning, Dr. Lisa Herring was sworn in as the new Atlanta Public School Superintendent. A Georgia native, she most recently served as superintendent of Birmingham City Schools. Herring replaces Dr. Maria Karstarfin, whose contract was not renewed. And in DeKalb County, Cheryl Watson-Harris has now officially assumed the role of superintendent. The district live streamed the ceremony today, which was held with special COVID-19 precautions. As you can see from this video, people are being very safe. Watson-Harris comes from the New York City Department of Education and has more than 20 years of experience as a teacher and administrator. Congratulations. Parents have just a few days to decide whether to send their children back to school full-time or homeschool with virtual learning in the fall. Caitlin Ross talked with parents and students struggling to decide.
We've been very faithful following all of the guidelines.
Gwinnett parents Dave and Deanna are concerned. In the latest data available, the county has reported nearly 8,000 COVID-19 cases since February and 170 deaths. People who are school-aged make up about 20% of those positive cases. Dave and Deanna say they feel uneasy sending their high school senior back to campus with that many cases of COVID-19.
They're not including a whole lot of details in this letter they sent out. It's all very vague.
And that decision would be binding. According to an email sent out by the district, families wouldn't be able to change their minds after they commit to going to campus or going virtual for 9 weeks. Fulton County families are on the clock as well. Their plan to either return full-time or learn from home full-time just came out yesterday. Rising senior Madison Cochran says she's struggling with the decision.
I'm very worried about going back to school with the coronavirus outbreak. If I was not a senior this year, I would not be going at all.
She says she's talking with her parents about how to protect herself and her family if she does choose to go back to campus. That's what most students want to do, be with their friends, but only if it's safe.
We're okay with being on campus 100% of the time if people use a mask and they social distance. If they're not going to do those two things, then it's just not that's not a feasible option.
We tried to get the districts to answer specific questions, but they all told us they're swamped trying to figure out all of these logistics before the holiday weekend and then implement those plans in just a couple weeks.
11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. 2 downtown Atlanta attractions finally reopening their doors today after first being shut down due to the pandemic and then staying closed following a violent night of protest. The Children's Museum of Atlanta and College Football Hall of Fame both had their windows smashed in late May. Some goods were also stolen from the Hall of Fame's gift shop. We're told new safety measures will be in place for guests as they reopen amid COVID. The Hall of Fame will also debut a new HBCU exhibit focused on their history, traditions, and Hall of Fame players and coaches. A popular Grant Park establishment brewing up something unique for the Black Lives Matter movement. Eventide Brewing has joined an international initiative called Black is Beautiful, designed to raise awareness about the impact of police brutality and institutional oppression on many Black people. The idea is to demonstrate the brewing community as a place of inclusion. Eventide's Black is Beautiful beer will be available soon, and the money raised from the sale will support the local chapter of the ACLU. So giving back there. Thank you so much for watching 11Alive News at noon. I'm Sheba Russell. Have a great day. We hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing every day, but we're here with you. Continuous COVID-19 coverage during prime time. We're committed to giving you facts, not fear. On 11Alive News Primetime, weeknights from 8 to 11 on WATF.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Today at noon on 11Alive.
We are seeing that lack of smell or altered taste can be a symptom.
We answer your coronavirus-related medical questions. Because 11Alive is where Atlanta speaks.
Televised newscasts not enough for you? Get even more at 11Alive's YouTube channel, where you'll find uncut interviews, extended body cam footage, live streams of Atlanta's biggest trials, and more. Subscribe to 11Alive today.
In times of great uncertainty, some things become more clear. The things we take for granted, the people we depend on daily. Here at 11Alive, we'd like to say thank you. First responders, medical staff, sanitation workers, truck drivers, postal workers, and every brave Georgian doing their part to make a difference. We see you, we hear you, and we appreciate all that you do.
Let's start with a viral message going around. Quote, vast majority of people who died had ibuprofen Advil in their system. This message is fake.
We just bought 20 dust masks for $97. Are you doing this to help people or are you doing this to make money or both?
Both. Take this email sent to the Verify team. Is it safe to have your house cleaned by outside workers? The best practice is to limit guests to emergencies only.
We know things are changing